Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So I am still recovering from the abdominal surgery after the colonoscopy went so bad. But besides that, you guys saw that I have been creating my little junk journal here, and I am using different stamp sets for each individual part of what they call a signature, as I am so new to this, but I am enjoying the process. The cover will be the last thing I show you. I'll have to start a new one, which is so much fun, how I did this. But this is literally 2 envelopes together. And like I said, that'll be the last thing. I showed you a little bit how the idea came to be. And so all of my background images with the pecan pie are from Notes of Nature, and I'm keeping that throughout this, but each one of these pieces is done with one of my favorite stamp sets. And today we are going to use a paper pumpkin stamp set, a old one from 2022, because I want to show you to use, I do these things for, this is definitely for myself, my kind of coloring journal that I can take with me. I can write things on all these little text spots and tags, but it's a good way to use what you have. And how I have created this, this is book pages that I coffee dyed, and I showed that on there. See, here's another tag. This one was Nature's Harvest. I just showed you how I haven't colored. I don't want to color it all with you guys because this is something I want to keep with me. Taking Hank's little coloring pencils with me. And it's something to do. This is Petal Park. This, I think, was the last one I did. Yes. This goes over here, and like, here's a little pamphlet. I still need to, my little paper clips I want are in my shopping cart for Amazon, my little wish cart, as I call it. So our next in line piece is this one, and as I go towards the center of this journal, my pages are getting smaller and smaller. It doesn't mean there's not going to be stuff in them. It just means I like that, how it's just going down smaller and smaller, and they're just pages of different size books. So we are on this piece here. And what are we using today? I got all this stuff in here. So I'm using some fun stuff. Phyllis sent me some new stuff. We're going to be using that. Let me paper clip this together. I want to, and hopefully I inspire you to look at what you have. So I'm going to show you something that is current right now. I'm using some of the Love of Spring dies. This one, I have 3 leaves in this. And then I'm using, this is, of course, you got to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. Thanks and Beyond dies for the butterflies. The tags are tags that I was gifted by the wonderful Miss Phyllis. Sorry. Ugh. Very, very sore. But this is playing for me, and I might be very slow today in my movements, but fast forward it, enjoy it. I hopefully you like the finished product. Oh, so these bits and pieces, I'll explain those as we get to them, but we want to do the background stamping, and I'm using the beautiful Notes of Nature, which sadly did not make it to the catalog. I was so disappointed. Love this. I will use this whether it's current or not, because it is just one of my favorite things. So I have the hash one, I have this one, and this little splatter bit that we are going to use. I was making more of my daughter's, there's my brother. He won't mind, trust me. I know. He's probably laughing at me right now, looking down on me saying, girl, you know I don't care. So here's my little book page. There's for my 3 dies that I already did some die cutting. Leave those there, and I just need to get a bit of a background on here in pecan pie just to make it cohesive. So I'm going to keep it folded. I'm not going to sponge around the edge of this, so I'm going to start like in the middle, and literally I'm going to stamp off like so. So I'm going to open her up now and stamp all over this one. Do, do. I'm going to huff on it and try to reactivate the ink. That worked great on the back as well, in the center. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this little image. So I want to start again at the front. And I'm going to go there, there. I just want a little bit of a background going on. And I'm going to go there, there. Huffing. Look at that, 4 inkings. 4 stamps with 1 inking, I should say. Okay, so let's put this one here. That's 1, 2, 3 and a half. And you will see. That's from me huffing on the stamp. So we got this side to go. I'm going to go here, here, here. And a huff. Just hot breath. Hold it down a little bit longer, and we got 4 stampings with that little bit of ink. Now I'm going to do the little speckly one. You guys know I love my itty bitty backgrounds, but it is MIA at the moment. It should be in the case. Oh, it's in the dish. Might have to use that with black. Oh, early espresso is what I was using, wasn't it? I was stamping. I almost made a boo-boo. That would have really upset me. So ink it up. 1, 2, 3. That's all that needs is 3 this time. So let's see. 1, 2, and 3. Open her up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. A little bit there. All right. So we're done with our pecan pie. And we're done with the notes of nature. So those are going to go over here somewhere, hopefully. And I'm going to show you this anyway. So I was like, oh, I got to use my Memento Need to ink it up. So I'm going to show you. This is how I test to see if my ink pad for the black Memento needs to be inked. I'm going to take a drop and stick it in there. I'm going to watch it go into. That went pretty rapid. So I'm going to drop, because I have over inked this. I'm watching it settle in. It's got quite a bit of ink there. So let's try here. Oh, that really needed some. Oh, a little too much. Now you can squiggle it on there. I just don't want to over ink this pad, because when I do, my stamping images get really icky. I'm going to let that sit on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit it this way for maybe till the end of the project. And then I'm going to turn it over for a little bit this way. And that'll give that ink time to really soak in there. And then I'm going to test it out. So at the end of this, hopefully I'll remember, let's do a test. So I'm going to maybe flip it over halfway. Okay, JJ. Oh, let's do this. This is why I was going to use the Memento. Okay, so you know, this is the stamp set I'm using today for this one. And this is from Change is Beautiful from April 2022's Paper Pumpkin Kit. I want to show you guys. Use the things you have. You purchase Paper Pumpkin. Hopefully you keep the stamps that come with Paper Pumpkin. Don't forget, those are a really good part of your stamping things available to you to use in your projects. So this is what we're going to be using, but in our new Paper Pumpkins, which I have to move some things here. Let me see, where's that? I wonder if it's in here. Yeah, I need to get back to the Paper Pumpkin, but where is it? Is it in here? Maybe it's in the box, what I'm looking for. It is. Okay, so Stampin' Up! Started, I think this is the second one, started giving us this little sheet here for our stamps from Paper Pumpkin, and it shows you the stamped images. I am going to create my own with this for this one, and eventually, hopefully, I will get them all done like this. So what I have now is I have in my clear envelope, because that's what I use for my stamps, I have a piece of just cheap printer paper that, you know, my scratch paper. And this is like 4 by 8.5 scored at 5 1/2. And it's not really even scored. It's just folded in half, right? And we are going to take these images like so, like they have them, and we're going to stamp them on here. And I was going to use the black Memento, which I can't now because I don't want to have to clean them off. So we're going to go ahead and use the Early Espresso. So if we look at this, our first one is the butterfly right there. So let's ink up the butterfly, and we're going to stamp the butterfly. Ooh, little smear because I just re-inked that one. Next it says every day is a new day, which is right there. So that goes under that one. Every day is a new day. Then it has the little butterfly, which they have it going this way. So there's the little butterfly. Put that on the other side. So next we see I am so proud of whom you become, of who you've become. I love these are very inspirational sentiments, and that's why I chose to use them. I think they're absolutely fabulous. Then we have beautiful things. Beautiful things take time. So I cut mine apart. You guys know I'm not afraid to do that. So beautiful things, and then take time is on the back. Hopefully, yes. Oh, the little cricket, but it's going to do the job. Mr. Caterpillar doesn't have a block, so we have to give him a block. We'll have to do him there and that one on the back side. So there's the caterpillar. And then we have our little flowery little one, which we are going to use these. There's that one. We have I Believe in You is next. And may this new season hold wonderful new experiences. Absolutely love that. Very inspirational. This is a great idea they came up with. Not only is it great to see very clearly what the stamped images are, but it also is great if you just have a package of polymer stamp sets and it's easy, quick reference is to, oh, this is the one. You don't got to take it out. Put a piece of paper behind it. I absolutely love them doing that. So now we just made our own. The top sheet is missing. Oh, it's in the, like, where is it? It's in the clear envelope because they will all go back. So now I made my own. But what I want to do on the back of this one is write, I need a pen. Miss Phyllis gave me some new pens. My aunt was like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, you sure? Let's see. I like that. It's close to, we're going to write Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin change is beautiful. Beautiful April 2022. So now that's going to be clearly viewed. This is still going in here because I'm still going to keep that. But now I ink me up, of course. Now this is going to go in my envelope, and it will be much quicker reference for me to grab what I want out of my Paper Pumpkin. So I really like this. Maybe while I'm recovering, I might sit and do this to a lot of my, as many of my Paper Pumpkin stamps as I can. So, sorry if my brother is distracting you guys. Miss him. So, let's see what we are starting. I'm going to move my ink pad. I also brought out another Paper Pumpkin stamp set. I thought if you guys see, I don't have, this is before I started keeping that piece. I would just cut this off. This one has great sentiments, great big ones. Always hope, because you never know know what tomorrow will bring. This guy is, I mean, I almost just keep this with me everywhere because it's great. Here's a butterfly, another butterfly. I don't know, there's so much. Oh, where there is something, there is faith. Where there is hope, there is faith. Where there is hope, there is faith. I love that. Just a note of hope. Where there is faith, miracles happen. Great. I love this. I'm probably going to keep this out for the next time, the next one. So let's show you what I have here. So the beautiful Miss Phyllis shared with my aunt and I, and I'm going to show you a couple of things she sent me. She sent me this little envelope template, which I used. And then these are actually for an envelope die, a slimline one. This is the flap and this is the insert piece for that die. And I'm going to use these as decorative elements. This is so similar to this that I think it all will go really well together. And then I'm using some tags, of course, the butterflies from the Thanks and Beyond. And let's get going with the page first side of my little insert here. So my idea is, this is that envelope flaps. 'Cause I'm showing you this really hoping to demonstrate that you can truly use what you have on hand and look at it in a different manner. So as this piece had this element that went in tucked inside the envelope, I need to trim that down with my cutter. You guys may not see the line. Yikes. All the king's horses and all the king's men, right? But there is a faint little score line on here that just needs to be trimmed off on this piece. And then on this piece, there is a little line as well, and they won't quite line up without me removing them. Though I need to actually be able to see it. There. So let's take a look. Ooh, very, very nice, but I can see that I missed. This is why I do the scoring. I can see that that is like right there. How is that? Is that really the weight? Okay, we're just gonna go for it and hopefully it's straight. If it's not straight, it's no big loss. I'm gonna set my guillotine aside, bring this in. We are going to do our stamping in our background, but I want to show you where this is lining up. This is going right here, which we'll need to do a little trim on the end. This is going to layer on top. We're going to have a tag and a butterfly. So, oh, not that. Yes, these tags, I'm going to put them together and then cut them off. They're going to go right there. So I'm trying to think of what, I could do that. Made this, I'm going to start with made this season. And this is going to, of course, all of it's going to get stamped in just early espresso. May this season hold wonderful new experiences. There we go. Love that. I want a wee little butterfly. We're going to do a couple of, I want to have butterfly. We're going to stamp on the butterfly. I'm going to have a butterfly like right here, I think. It's important to lay your pieces out to get a general idea, at least it is for me. So I'm going to get ink on me no matter what I do. So here's this wee little butterfly. And I can color this little one in. See, that's a little too much there. Gotta be careful. So we're gonna stamp that little butterfly, and don't push really hard, otherwise it'll smush it. And we're gonna put another one right there. Something for me to color, as that's what this is about. I want some more little sayings. Every day is a new day. We're going to put that here at an angle. What? And I'm going to do I Am So Proud of Who You Become. No. But we are going to use Beautiful Things right here. Take Time. Hopefully it's somewhat straight. Love it. And then we have, okay, the fly is driving me bonkers back there. Can you hear that big old thing? Why? It was really nice. But anyway, so now we're going to do a little bit of background. We're going to move this. Let's take off the wee little butterfly first. So this, we're going to do a little bit of early espresso background. 2, maybe 3. Here, here, here. I want to fold this in half. 1, 2, 3. Just a little bit. And that, I'm not going to do, oh, I should do some sponging on this. I really should. I didn't want to. Okay, we are, because, and I have 2 early espresso ones because I found the other one, right? So we're going to do a little bit of sponging. Not on this, just on this piece and on here. 2 fingers and thumb to help get the ink on there much easier than you think. I don't want it dark, and I don't want any at the bottom, but that is going to go lovely together. And so we need to decide on the tag. So lay it all out again. I know I'm going to be cutting it off. So we're going to go ahead and sponge. Sponge. I'm actually wanting to get quite a bit on those little scallopy bits. I'm not going to do anything on here because I'm cutting that off. And then we're going to do this one, because I'm going to stamp I Believe in You on this one, if I can find it. No need to write. And I might put, let's see how far it hangs down, if I can put the little butterfly. I'm wondering if I can get the wee little butterfly, which I just took off and put somewhere. Oh, there it is. If I can get that wee little butterfly on here. But that way, it only goes one way, which is not too cool. So we're going to fit it on there. And then we'll cut it off. There we go. Okay, glue, which I forgot to warm up. So hopefully, we'll see how this works out. We're got to glue everything together. Then we'll go to the next page. So I want to thank all of you for all the wonderful prayers and wishes for my recovery. This Thursday I get my staples out. Today I actually did the dishes. This one doesn't want to work. Let's try another. Oh, that's definitely not going to work because this went right through it instead of that. Got to get a little bit of warm water. One more to go, or it's a new bottle of, I haven't been out here in so long. Maybe I just, ooh. Yeah. Let's check it out. I'm going to just stick this open. Push whatever is there. Yes, there's a goober. That way. I'm going to set that. I'm going to set it somewhere. Let's set it in here for the moment. That's messy. Is it worth it to use these little bottles? Guys, I'm going to tell you 100 times yes. It's worth all that little bit of trouble. Every single minute. I love these things. You can use so many different types of glue in them. It's really cold, so I'm not surprised where it's a little tough. Whatever your favorite crafting glue can be put in here. Tombow, I can't really advertise for any other ones, but there's anything you can use. A PVA glue, a clear liquid. I want to get some of the Tombow. Stampin' Up! Used to sell a blue, it came in a blue and clear bottle of Tombow. That was really great for doing craft projects, and I really like to get some in. I found out that on Amazon, in my wish cart, they have a bottle to refill things like this. It's a bottle used to refill glue. So I was like, oh, that is practical. So I'm going to be hopefully getting that one day soon. Maybe in a month or two. A lot of bills. This hospital bill is going to be lovely. Oh, just lovely. So here we go. We're gluing our first one down. See, this craft paper, this is where I think that clear Tombow liquid glue would work really well, because this craft paper really does absorb glue quite a bit. So we're going to get this one down, and I only want to put it, here's my butterfly, so let's go a line across there. If I need to add some behind it, you guys know you can just tuck it in there. It's really cold glue. Yesterday it was absolutely gorgeous. My first day truly up and really moving around. It was fantastic. My aunt came over. She and my daughter cleaned house. I sat at the table. They'd bring laundry. I kind of helped folded the laundry. It made me feel good. Now, I'm going to tell you, there is no sense in me sponging this one, but I do want to sponge this one. And we're going to use that little background, and we're going to add a background on our butterfly, but stamped off. Way to use your images just a wee bit different. And then we are going to sponge here. It's kind of difficult with this, but I want it to all kind of go together. And then it's gonna, when this is behind it, ooh, really cool. So where's my little speckly bits? Oh, we found the itty bitty. We're going to stamp that straight in the middle, and that should, look, do you see? Look, that's cute, because these are going to pop out like so. We don't want to glue any of that down, just this part. This is why I love these little bottles. They get into places. You don't get like a whole bunch of glue coming out of them. I'm not trying to sell you on them. I'm just trying to tell you why I choose to use them. They work well for me. And that's what I so love that. So this butterfly can hang over the edge, because remember, this is getting tucked in. So we need to trim this off. And I'm going to do it with my hands. See my paper? Oh, I guess we could make the paper straight. I didn't think about that. It's just the way I cut it out of the book. So we're going to go ahead and make that a straight edge. There we go. Oh, it does fit. I'm going to have it hang out a little bit. So this little bit where my thumb isn't getting any glue. Everything else is away glue bottle for the moment. So I do want that hanging out side of the page, and I want to pop my little edges up. Oh, darling, darling, darling. Okay, very, very happy. And then I can color the butterflies. Love it. Let's go to our next side of our page. Now this is going to be really simple, as all I'm doing is I want to do the big butterfly. Oh, well, we're going to make it work. I didn't think about that. Sometimes, you know. All right. So on this page, I want this bug butterfly. I want 3 of them. I want 1, because I want something to color. 2, and then this one goes this way. This one is going to go upside down into this side. All right. These guys are going to get stamps. No sponging on these. We're just stamping. So I'm going to stamp off and then stamp there. Stamp off and just give a little bit of a pattern. And then my itty bitty background, little speckly bits. There's lots to choose. Full strength 1 time. Oh, that one needs 2. All right, so these are getting glued down. Let's move that aside. I'm going to have 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, and then I have room now in between here to stamp something. I am proud of who you've become. I like that. We're going to put that here. And we are going to stamp, don't I have every day is a new day? Nope, I believe in you. That's what we're going to stamp right here. And then we're going to take that little background one, which you guys may not see it through. So we're going to stamp there, there, and there. And stamp off there, there. Give it a little huff there. Yes, and then I'm going to go around the entire outside of this with the little itty bitty backgrounds. And I'm going to do that stamped off a bit. And you can stamp a whole bunch of times. Because I want to continue as this page opens. Oops, missed some. And then I'm going to go down the center of it. Just walk it. This is going to be so cool. All right, so we need 1 glue, 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 and glue. 1 here. And yes, I know things like this take time. I'm not going to apologize for it. This is me sharing with you what I love, creating something new, something different. I don't see a whole lot of people who do junk journals using Stampin' Up! Products, and I want to show you guys out there that you can do it with Stampin' Up! Products. In an old book. You know, if it's one of your very favorite books, maybe and it's a paperback, use it. Put it to use. It'll remind you of your favorite book. I just went and used, I read an awful lot, guys. Though I found out that while I was sick, the pain kept me from really reading. So this is the front cover. This is the next one. This is where the envelope that I made. See, I even made myself notes. So I did a couple of little tags. Now for these, I don't want to stamp anything on these. I want to do a little bit of sponging, and I probably should have, we'll do one and then the other one I'll do off camera. So I really want that nice and dark. And to think about it, I think it would be great to have front and back. So I'm going to need another one. Wouldn't that be good? So when you pull it out, you can write whatever you want. So we're going to sponge front and back of these. Like I said, I'll do the other one off camera because I'm going to have to cut And by the way, your sponge daubers, when you do things like this, do you see all that? That's because the sponge is getting kind of ruined. So just a heads up. Ooh, that's giving me little bits on there. It's okay. From the ink, I'm putting the two together. It's going to give me a little bit more firmness to sponge. It works really well, especially when I'm going to be using both of them anyways. So there's that one. I'm going to turn it over because I want to do the nice side for the back. This is a little writing bit for me. Maybe write down some of my mother's things that I love my mother has said to me. I really like that. And then we're going to stamp. This one's going to go over there because I got to get that done. Let's see. We're not going to put anything on these. This one we're going to stamp in Early Espresso, front and back. You don't really need to do the center because we're going to have these on it. Let's do that. There's one tag. You guys, any tag will do. If you don't have this particular tag, which, you know, some of you, let me show you. This is from the Thanks and Beyond. These are great tags. Look at that tag. I know it's a sentiment die cut thing, but you can use that. Stampin' Up! Also has the essential, well, it's retired, but we had the Heartfelt Hexagon punch would work. Any of the big punches. I'm going to put a little bit more on there. That craft, I'm telling you, that craft paper really does soak up glue. You do not want to be really chintzy on the glue when gluing something to the craft or gluing the craft on something. It's just the type of... So there's the tag to go in there. There'll be another one, but we're not going to worry about it. This one, however, there's, you see the same element, right? Let me show you. This is where it would have tucked into the envelope. I'm using that to go behind the little envelope, my little note to stamp inside the envelope. So we're going to do some stamping on the inside. Sponging as well. So let's go ahead and get... I only need to do like halfway. There. And then this closes up, right? So we need to do this side and this side. You will not be seeing... You will not be seeing anything else, not even any of this. This is going to cover it, and we're going to snip it off. We're going to trim it out. So let's do this. And this one. I got to figure out what I'm going to put on here. You know what? Oh, I was like, we're going to keep, do I do the same thing? I want to, oh, you know what? No, we're going to stamp the butterfly. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to do butterflies so I can color them. So I'm going to do one butterfly going this way. I might do a little bit of a wing. There, like so. And let's give ourselves a little bit of the background. Oh, there must have been a squirrel. Boone is on the move. It's my husband's dog. My husband got the dog. It's really Hank's dog, everybody, okay? Let's just get that straight. Let's see. There's enough there. We're going to stamp little speckles on it. Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely. So that, ooh, that is pretty, 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 pretty. All right. Room to color. I guess he didn't, of course he didn't get the squirrel. Silly dog. The dog also loves to have fights with, well, not real fights. He loves the feral cats, because we have woods over there, and there is, you know, couple of them, and they like to go in the culvert, and he loves to go sniff them out, and they come and swat his nose, and he comes crying. For a hunting breed of a dog, he is quite comical. So now I need to stamp on these bits a bit, because I just smeared ink. So we'll just speckle it like a little speckled egg. And inside, because we've got to keep it cohesive. Oh, love it, because here's going to be my tag. So now we're going to do a few little butterflies, these ones, and probably a big one. So we're going to do one this way. We're going to do one there. I think we're going to do just 3. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that big old butterfly in the center. That's perfect. And this, now we get to glue this piece. This groove for that, where that sits, is going to go like so. And then I get to trim off. This is where, you know, a bigger bottle would probably work better, but because I want lots of glue there. Do you guys by chance, it may just me be, does anybody hear the buzzing of this huge old, like, it has to be a fly. So this piece and this piece are getting joined. And there is just this little bit, do you see that right there? I have to trim off with snips. Scissors. Then we get to put the envelope together. Last night was the first night I actually ate dinner since I came home, and I had an appetite, which was amazing. Because since the surgery, when I first came home, I was like, I'll never have an appetite again. No appetite, no desire to eat anything. I woke up yesterday morning and I was hungry. It was awesome. I got up, nobody but Hank was up, of course. And I was like, are you hungry, Hank? He was like, yeah. I said, okay. And Hank, every morning it's the same thing. Egg sandwiches. It's not what I had. I made myself actually a little tiny waffle about that big. That's about all I could eat. But it was quite, for me, it was like the biggest, you would have thought it was the biggest moment in my life. And it was, for me, it was very, that is going to stick out a little, but that's going to be okay. So now we need to, I think I'm going to put tear tape on this. I am. Just because it's a little, like, this is a bit thick. I'm going to put wet glue on it too, but I want it to not get pulled up. Yeah, I think with all of the, yeah, I'm going to stick some more. You guys know I am, right? Oh, thinking fingers. I know I have a bone folder around here somewhere. There it is. Need to give that tear tape a rub down. Then the backing just comes up so easily. Anyways, I'm sure in my video with my Happy Mail, my last one, that I told you guys I was in the hospital, and it still makes, these are things I need to write down. I need to do a really fun little journal like this, with little things that darn little Hank says. I am so, guys, I am so thankful to my daughter that she had Hank. I mean, I know it's not easy on her being a single parent and what she went through, But I'll be darned, I love that little kid. He makes life interesting. So I'm just going to tuck this in here like so. Well, it's not going to go all the way to the bottom, but that's okay. Oh, there we go. So, ta-da! It's going to hold quite a few little tags there. That's a nice little envelope. Ooh, so we're almost there. We're on to the back side. Now, the back side is just going to mimic the front. So anyways, back to my story with little Hank. He's so funny. So, you know, I wasn't all really there when you talked to me on the phone while I was in the hospital. So, anyways, he's like, Manji, I'm like, what you doing? He's like, Manji, I went to Barnes & Noble's. I'm like, oh, did you enjoy it? He's like, no, I thought it was going to be an actual barn. That just cracks me up, that kid. And the other day I was talking to Miss Jissa, his godmother, and I said, Hank told me about Barnes & Noble's. She's like, yeah, he was not happy. It just, my stomach hurts to laugh. I'm like, he cracks me up. And I told Jessa, I said, you know, it's not like he hasn't been there before. He has been there before. So I'm just stamping a bit of a pattern on these butterflies. We're going to glue this one together. I'm going to pop. You can see my butterfly is not even here and here, and that just makes it unique. Anyways, I love him. And oh, okay. So yesterday, or it might have been no, it was Saturday. Today's Monday. So Saturday he was helping my husband outside do an oil change. You know, I told him, you need to get him out there, show him, let him get under the car. My husband probably was not what he really wanted to do, but he did. And Hank comes in, and my family jokes quite a bit. Hank comes in, and he says, Manji, Manji. I'm like, what? He's like, we found a hole in Papa's car. I was like, oh my God, Hank, you found a hole in the car? And he's like, yeah, and he's so serious, guys. He's too young to be good at this teasing crap that my family does. And I said, well, what's happening? He's like, Papa's working on it right now. He's like, but, you know, kind of bad. You know, you got a hole in the car, in the gas tank, actually. He said there was a hole in the gas tank. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, you know, I thought you guys were doing an oil change. He's like, yeah, but there's a hole in the gas tank. It's like, all right. So then I was worried. I was like, oh no, you know, what are we going to do now? And so little bit, another hour goes by. Hank comes back in to check on me for my husband, and I said, Hank, did you guys fix the hole in the car? He's like, yeah, Papa's working on it, and he doesn't say anything else, you know, about it. And I said, well, you know, you want to tell me what's going on? He's like, nope, there's a hole in the car, you know, in the gas tank. Papa's working on it. So my husband didn't come in, didn't say anything. And then another like half hour goes by later, and I start to get out of bed, and I said, Hank, I'm going to go talk to Papa. I said, to find out what's going on with the hole in the car. He's like, yeah, Manji, there's a hole in the gas tank. That's where you put the gas in it. And he started laughing. I was like, oh my goodness, you little stinker. Little stinker. Just, you know, when he gets it, my husband is very much teases you about things, and it makes life very interesting, very fun. You know what? We're going to go ahead and use the caterpillar on this last page. Probably should have had the caterpillar on the front, but let's do it on the back. So we are going to do, it's going to be the same layout, which I just got ink all over this. So we're going to have to turn it. Oh, hold on. Gotta reach for the hand sanitizer. That was a bit of a stretch. And we are on the home stretch. So now I've got to flip this around. There we go. And we need to find out, we're going to put the same, do we want to do the same thing? No, I don't want the same thing. every day is a new day. I'm going to put that on the back. We're going to do, of course, the butterflies, because I'm just staying in with the one stamp set. That's what I've done on each of these, and I want to keep that. And I want to do like that. Yes. This is going to go here, and I don't want to do I believe in you. Let's see. Everyday, oh, beautiful things. Will that fit there? I think we'll get this. I think we got this. So beautiful things. Right there. Take time. And then our wee little butterfly. This one's going to be much shorter. We're going to tip it like that. That's, we'll just have to do. And let's do a little bit of a background in here. Let's see. And we need the little speckly bits are, no. All right. That's it. That's it. We're done. Let's get this glued down. So this one goes to this one, and then we're going to cut it off. Of course. I think I'm going to add some little, a little bow, like right here, with some of that purple paper ribbon, as I call it. Let's glue this one to here. I didn't use the caterpillar, and I wanted to use the caterpillar. We're gonna have to add the caterpillar, sorry, but I want the caterpillar on here. I got ready to use it and then didn't. That's not gonna go anywhere. So this is going here. This, I think, is going to go on that side. This butterfly is going to go there. I can put Mr. Caterpillar. And I inked up my thumb. Okay, so Caterpillar. Caterpillar. Now I just need a Cheshire cat, right? Caterpillar, caterpillar, caterpillar. And what else do I have? Not beautiful things. We'll just stamp this in the background. I am proud of who you have become. So that's there, that's there. That's there, and our butterfly. We're done. Let me close up the ink, because goodness knows I'm going to get it all over me. I already have it there. So this one. So I really do hope that by showing you some things that I am creating for myself, inspire you all to, you know, don't be afraid. Just because you make cards, don't be afraid to try something new. It can turn out great. And use what you have at home. That, to me, is the biggest thing of all. So I don't want to put any glue where my finger is. Try using what you have on hand first. I mean, I did go out myself and buy some stuff to do a few other things. But I really do want to work on using what I have in my stash, because you guys know, as a crafter, we buy things, and sometimes we buy things on impulse, and it's like later on it's like, oh, okay, now what do I do with this? Or you buy stuff and it's like you buy stuff to make one project, and then you're left with all of that extra. And I don't know, expand your horizons. Don't be afraid to try something totally new. And that's what I am trying to share with you. This was so outside of my wheelhouse, but here I am doing it. And thank you, baby. My husband just brought me mail, milk all. So anyways, I'm gonna do a little bit of, I'm gonna huff on this just to give it there. I love that that hangs out there. This one needed a little bit more glue here. I'm telling you what, that craft paper, do any of you guys else have that issue? It is really absorbs the ink. That little tip, almost too tall. So let's put this in my little book. Oh, book. Let's see. Here is, those are ideas for paper pumpkin that got left behind. Let's see. Trying to add a little purple. Let's break out our, wish I had purple twine, but I don't. So let's break out my bow maker, which my lovely husband did for me, made me. Old 2x6 and some wooden dowels from the dollar store, which somewhere I have the package, the rest of the package of them, but goodness knows I've looked and looked for that at times and I cannot find it, but it's in this place of mine, this room of mine somewhere. Ooh, that is gonna tie nicely. So we're going to do a couple of bows. This is, of course, stuff my aunt gave me. Really pretty stuff. Oh, don't go there. Let's get these on there and see how that looks. I don't mind the bulk. Oh, yeah, it does add to it. And it is in the color. So now need to tear tape it. No glue dot because... Hold on, I gotta hold my stomach together. Not to mention I got this great big brace on it. Keeping everything, but when I cough or when I laugh, boy. Alright, so here's some right across there. Stuck under there, as long as it's stuck down there. On the other side, really rubbing it down does help to release the backing. It just does, and if you haven't tried that, please do so. You would be surprised. All right, there we go. So now we're done. This, of course, needs a little of the ribbon in it. Hold up. You guys have seen me do this. This is acetate fused edge is what it's called. But to me, it reminds me of like paper ribbon, and it cuts like that too. This is going to go in here. Hopefully, maybe, yes. And I love the way it frays. This one is just going to get a knot. I would like to do little charms. I used to do beadwork. I had a very lovely friend. Her name was Pat Coffee. She has passed away. But she made me a beautiful amethyst necklace for my birthday. She was one of the ladies I would go to card class with. And I was so interested in it. She took me to my first bead show and showed me how to bead and do things. And ever so grateful for that friendship I had with her. She did many things. She made dolls. She did it all. She was great. So anyways, there's my little bit. Let's get it in the book. Add it to. This just needs to come out. I need to use that for something else. It's not quite long enough. But there. Oh, I love the little addition of the purple. So we're almost there. Gotta show you guys how to do that. There in this one, you guys see me with the little pamphlets. One has a ribbon on it here, one doesn't. But it goes like so. Like so. So this is the next page. And where is the next little lot of that goes in there? It's missing and I don't know. Well, I don't know where the stuff is. So we're going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I will see you again, hopefully, in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now.